What's up, folks? My name's Anthony Perfetto, and today I have a very special guest, just an absolute dynamite of an editor. He's been around the scene since Counter-Strike 1.6 and Source, and now he's been making waves in Counter-Strike CSGO by joining Cloud9 and releasing a plethora of CSGO movies that have been quite successful, actually. You know his name already if you've seen the thumbnail and if you've seen the title of this video. His name is SiCKO. Chris, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, it's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to talk to you about, your editing career and your CSGO movies that you've released. So I'm excited to do this. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching right now are excited. I can't wait. Let's get started. Why don't you give us a rundown of your start in CS? Like, I know you started in Source. That was like where you sort of got into Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
As far as editing goes, I'm sure you were a player before you were an editor, like most of us. But tell us how CS Source went with regards to editing.
I started playing around I want to say 2006.
Oh wow!
Like two years after the game officially released.
Okay.
And then
did you ever touch 1.6?
Not before I touched Source. I've gone back and played a lot of 1.6 just because I wanted to, and obviously because of it's a great game. So
exploring your roots a little bit.
Yeah, just wanted to touch it and see what I missed out on. Most of my time in Source was spent surfing. Actually, there was a whole Source surf scene. What I was into was the surf scrims. We used to call it war surf. Essentially would do 5-on-5 just on surf maps.
This has taken us deep down the CS rabbit hole. Holy hell. I've even heard of those.
That's sort of how I got into actually first recording CS.
Okay, there it is.
Because I would just do that and share it with everyone we played with and stuff.
Of course.
I guess they weren't frag movies, but they were montages, I guess.
Is that was how sort of it goes, though? We all just start off because we want to impress our friends with our skill in the game. So
exactly.
That's how we start recording and editing stuff.
We had so many weird names for normal CS. We used to call it foot maps and stuff since we had all been playing surf for 3-4 years, right?
Going back to their more earthly version of Counter-Strike felt weird.
Then we sort of ventured into that, and that's sort of when I guess transferring over what we did and recorded and edited back from when we were surfing, and just it was sort of a natural transition.
Of course, yeah. Your interests change, and so the editing follows for sure. Do you remember the first frag movie you've ever seen? What was the first one that you're just holy hell, man, that was fucking awesome, I want to do that?
Can't remember. There's probably a few before the one that really sticks out to me, but the one that always will stick with me to the end of time is Incorporated 2.
Okay. Reki, I think his name is.
Yes. I think he went by Clayman 90 back then. But that's sort of the thing or the video that really I wanna this is fucking awesome. I wanna make this.
Oh hell yeah. Can you tell me about what is Framework Studios? I've been trying to figure out what the heck that is in your banner on YouTube.
For people that don't know, back in Source and 1.6 for that matter, there were a bunch of editing teams and stuff. It was me and you probably know Frank, right? FGW.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you guys go that far back.
All the way back to Source, I think. And then we stopped talking, and then we start talking again in when Go first came out.
Right. Go has really brought back a lot of old, including myself and Daniel Hoglin.
Yeah.
It really kind of brought the old guard back into the scene. So if it did one thing right, it was that.
So you might have seen I think it might be one of his TSM movies. It has a Framework Studios.
I'll have to check that out
there too. So.
Okay, so Framework Studios is your style productions. Yeah, that was
kind of. I guess you could say
that was the cool thing back then. I don't know if people know, in this modern day of Reddit and Discord and Twitter, movie making teams on IRC, and then if you're lucky, you had your own webpage, and forums. Yeah. That was sort of what you did. A lot of people never edited solo. They were always part of a bigger team because it was easier for PR reasons to get your speak of the devil. There's Cyanide. popping up on my Steam friends. It was just easier to get your movie out there. Distribution was easier. You were more prone to get more downloads because you were affiliated with, a popular team. It was a business move for sure to be part of a movie making team.
If you had like an opener for your like frag movie, like an intro,
that always got people hyped. Okay, so you got into Counter-Strike Go. You've been editing for a little bit. Tell me, you might know this guy. I don't know. He's kind of an up and coming streamer, really making waves. His name's Eric fl0m's. Why don't you tell me how you and him hooked up and you started editing for him?
I guess it just started out with me being just like a viewer when he was 6 months after he actually started streaming.
Okay. Oh wow! So you got in early.
Yeah. So I think my like sub to him is like nearing like 90 months or something now. Just wasting a lot of money.
Damn, man. He probably bought a room in his new house with all those subs. Jesus.
But yeah, I think it just like started out with me. I just made like a clip of one of his mythics, like his team's scrim games that they were streaming. Like I grabbed like a demo and like luckily I loved trying like to get a hold of like people's like POV demos because they like look and feel different. And I was messaging him and was like, hey, do you happen to like have recorded this match and stuff like that? And he like gave me the demo or whatever. And like I made a clip for him. Seemingly liked it, judging by everything that's happened.
Time would tell us that he did. He did in fact enjoy it. Yes.
But started like doing like monthly frag movies from like his stream and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that was sort of like the very, very beginning.
Very grassroots. Very from the earth. Just blossoming organically and naturally. Very, very cool. You have this 7-month long relationship, this business relationship, and perhaps your friends too. But have you guys ever met? I always wanted to know.
I went with him to Blast Miami. This is 2019, I think. I went with him.
Was that
to
when he was casting, or he was a host?
Yep, with Worrell.
Yep.
So I went with him there. I just did BTS video and like photos for him, and also like I guess like partially for G Fuel as like sponsor.
Okay. How weird did it get after the 10th time he said he was going to kiss your dad? Just wanted to know.
Luckily, I didn't like experience that firsthand. Well, maybe another time.
He's got the funniest lines, man. His personality is so infectious. Love that guy to death. I bop in there. I actually got my Twitch summary for 2021, and his stream was number one on my list. So yeah, whenever I need to just sort of have white noise in the background, or ever want to like just pop in and watch a streamer, it's definitely Eric for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Just an awesome human being all around. So you started editing for fl0m's, and you were kind of doing just your own frag movies and enjoying that, and then one day. Something on Twitter happened. An announcement was made. SiCKO was picked up by Cloud9. What on earth? How did that happen? What's the story behind that? And how much did you bribe Callie to get that done?
Callie put out like a tweet that, hey, Cloud9, we're looking for video editors. I've been doing this like CS thing my entire life, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I cut together like a reel within an hour after seeing that and sent it over with my like resume and stuff, and just heard back, got an interview, very like short, concise, everything went super smooth, and then like a couple of days after I heard back that I got the job. And
I think it just goes to show that the work you put out before that moment and the work ethic that you showed really sort of paved the way for you. So I think that it was well deserved, and it was a long time coming that you got picked up by somebody. I'm
not the person to like say that, oh, I finally made it, right? Because you never make it. But
it's always a grind every day.
Yeah,
you never know when the floor beneath your feet is going to collapse. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but I was just like happy to finally be able to like work with like such an amazing group of people, and finally get to like actually challenge and like grow as a creative, I guess, once I got in there.
So on a scale from 1 to 10, how much of a slave driver is Callie?
Oh, probably like a 17.
17, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. That sounds about right. Let's touch base on just one of the things that you're doing at C9, the On Cloud9 series. I've noticed you've been a part of. What? So is that sort of your role at Cloud9? Are you more of an editor of like documentaries than in-game stuff these days?
I think the on Cloud9 stuff I sort of took on due to necessity. Obviously, like coming from a primarily gameplay focused like background, I've always wanted to like actually do just like do videos with actual people. I guess is the best way to put it.
You start off, gaining your skills in the frag movie scene, but there's always that yearning to want to sort of dive into the more human aspect of video editing and video production, because there's that disconnect. There's that lack of just that lack of humanity that always comes with just dealing with video game footage time in and time out. So I completely get that need and that want.
To answer your question, like we do basically what's needed, I guess. A bit of everything, really. Yeah, basically. I feel like that's like what I've learned the most. You can't really like put yourself in a corner, right? You have to like be open to learn like a bit of like graphic design, a bit of like basically like just everything to succeed in like esports in general.
And that's great advice, actually. For any aspiring editors listening, do not edit yourself into a corner, for lack of better words. Expand your skill base and expand what you can offer to organizations, because that's going to ultimately land you the job. Never be content with what you know. Always be thirsty and hungry for more and for what you don't know. So that's awesome. Awesome that you said that, because I think that's awesome advice to really kind of tell the young editors that are trying to land a stable job in the scene. All right, let's just get to the most important thing that everybody wants to know, because all of this has just been like, we'll call it B-roll, everything that's been said before this. Chris, are you ever going to make a frag movie ever again? Back in April, you teased in a tweet that you were going to open up Vegas and start working on a frag movie again. And it's now December going into 2022. We haven't seen anything. The last frag movie you made was back in 2019. Everybody's dying to know, what are we ever going to see something from you ever again?
You'll definitely see something. I'm not gonna say a date or even a year. One of my like primary goals for like the next year, or just in general going forward, is that I want to like make more time for my own projects. I haven't really like done a lot of work on it, but there's definitely like a project in like an early like pre-production phase that I'm hoping to get some work done in the upcoming year for sure.
I speak for everybody when I say that this is very exciting news. You haven't given up on the frag movie scene. You're still very interested in making one, and we'll see a release within the next 5 to 10 years, if not 2 decades. Got it. Okay, cool. 2030 is SiCKO's next release. Mark that down on your calendar.
That's my year.
2030 is going to be a banger year, everybody. All right, so before we wrap this up, where do we see SiCKO moving into? What's on the plate for you in the next half decade?
Jeez, that's a question.
That is a question. I couldn't answer that if you asked me.
Yeah, no, like I think just settling down, I guess, and becoming like a bit more comfortable with work and just like life in general is like a priority.
That's awesome.
I joined Cloud9 at the start of COVID, and we've only we've just now gone back to like some sort of normalcy, but from the stuff I've released on my own channels and stuff in the past, I've never been fully like satisfied with everything. So that's sort of like a goal that
Welcome to the club.
I want to like work on, is just trying to perfect my craft even more, I guess.
Listen, you're not doing it right if you're ever satisfied about your work. Trust me.
That's true. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. We released Echoes of 2019, July 15th, July 16th. I was sitting there from my computer staring at it going, what the fuck was I thinking making any of this? I want to delete this entire movie right now. Yeah. So I completely get it.
Yeah. The project's never done, it's abandoned, right?
Well, Chris, Let me tell you, this has been awesome. I really appreciate your time. Like you've given some amazing answers that I'm sure a lot of your fans and a lot of the people around the scene have been wanting to learn about and know for a long time. So this has been a great experience for everybody watching, and we're all excited. We can't wait to see what you whip up with Cloud9 with your own personal projects. This is going to be a great 2030 is going to be your year. I can't wait. We've only got 8 more years to wait, but
got something to look forward to.
Hey, anticipation. It's a business move what you're doing. I get it. You're a businessman.
Exactly.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go, and guys, listen, if you liked this, if you want me to keep doing this, you know what to do. It's down there, or it's down there. It's somewhere. Hit those buttons and let me know in the comments if you like this series and who you'd like me to interview next. But until next time, thank you so much and take care.